What is up, guys? So there is a 1,105 pound bench press from one Will Barati. It's the new all-time world record in multiply, or so it would seem on the surface. I've not seen this video discussed in this manner, particularly on this platform, but not really on any visible platforms. Not saying that mine's super visible, but what I wanted to mention is, aside from the multiply versus raw or gear versus raw arguments, this one's created a little controversy within the multiply community itself. It's because the shirt is not legal in all federations. It is a very new shirt. It is a quote unquote rubber shirt. It's, for lack of a better term, it's a slingshot on steroids. It's very elastic, very springy. Um, to up to this point, multiply gear has been limited to denim, polyester, and canvas. And now this rubber shirt is here. And, you've seen a lot of people saying, oh my gosh, that's the best looking multiply all-time world record lift I've ever seen. And, to be fair, there's been some sketchy judging in multiply when it comes to world records. There has been in raw too. Let's not get that twisted. But this one, if you just eyeball it and look at it, it looks so much cleaner and different than any other multiply bench presses because it's not the same kind of shirt. This almost more or less resembles the bar path of a raw bench press or somebody wearing a slingshot. Than it does, with the multiply guys. There's a very, very slow descent, really, really hard to touch, and the bar path, doesn't resemble that of a raw bench press. So, yeah, there's been discussion in the multiply community whether or not, this should count, whether this is the new way, this is where technology should go or it shouldn't go. The learning curve for this shirt is next to non-existent from what I understand, whereas a traditional multiply shirt, you're not just going to throw it on and get weight. You're going to have to, figure out the groove, figure out, how to touch, work your way down from boards, etc., break in the shirt, all that stuff. What I can tell, this one, you just kind of put it on and there it is. Now, I just wanted to say, this is not a knock on the lifter. That's not what I do. I'm not going to knock the lifter for using equipment that was legal in his federation. And to date, it is the biggest bench press ever done in a meet. So, whether the multiply guys decide, hey, this is the way or this isn't the way, he's still bench pressed more than anybody's ever bench pressed in a meet. I would like to point out, however, that this lifter, his best bench press prior to this in a competition is 975 pounds. So, we're looking at 130 pounds difference from November 2019 to June of 2020. Now, I don't know what kind of shirt he was wearing at that one in 2019. I don't know what equipment he was using before, if he was using this shirt in that meet or not. Looks like it was the same federation, so maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. But yeah, he had, to date, what I can see on Open Powerlifting Watch, he had never successfully bench pressed 1,000 pounds, much less 1,100 in prior meets. So that's pretty crazy, pretty wild. Again, I'm not there to see any of those attempts. I'm not familiar with his training, so I have no context other than just sheer numbers that I'm seeing. But yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there, that this shirt is not the same as traditional bench shirts. And that's a lot of why it looked a whole lot different than most other multiply bench videos you've seen. And wanted to throw that out there, that there's more to this than gear and raw. This is kind of its own little controversy, if you will, within the geared community itself. I don't lift geared, but I follow some guys. I have some friends who lift geared, and I'll be interested to see where this goes. But I wanted to shed some light on that because none of the bigger outlets have touched on that part, because a lot of them don't know. They just put out generic videos to get their views, which is fine, good for them. But yeah, there's more context to this than just, oh, it's a new multiply bench press world record.